Hello, welcome to SOK-TV Live. Right here, we're coming to you live from Kerry Street here in Monrovia, Liberia. And today is the 16th day of the month of March 2022 is the year. My name is Emmanuel Kotu, and of course, SOK-TV is the only TV in Liberia that brings you highlights as to what is happening within our country. On yesterday, we celebrated the 213th anniversary of our first president, Joseph Jenkins Roberts, and as part of activity marking the celebration of the birthday of Joseph Jenkins Roberts, one of the messages that came out that have been subject for the day has to do with what the U.S. Ambassador McCarthy said about what Liberia needs to do to fight corruption, and he made reference to the support given to Liberia over the years. So let me come up here to talk to the intellectual guys. They're going to be telling me their own thinking about what the U.S. ambassador says. So stay tuned. This is SOK-TV. We're right here on Kerry Street, and let's get to talk to some of these gentlemen. How are you doing, my brother?
Thank you very much. I'm fine.
Okay, what is your name?
I'm Moses Sheridan Khan.
Moses, did you read the U.S. embassy release?
Yeah.
What is your own take? What do you think about it?
Well, let me say thank you to the American ambassador for coming out with such a statement. And he used Joseph Jenkins Roberts as his main center stage that he was referring to. I wonder how he would have felt when he is alive. Joseph Jenkins Roberts, we don't know. Some of us, we must come up with some of the development that he did in this country. But the statement that he made precisely about the city being dirty is something welcoming. I look at it welcoming in the sense that during various regimes, we have had foreigners. We have some lion, they were here cleaning our cities. We have other foreign groups there cleaning the city, which of course is not supposed to be. So some people will say that it's something that the city government doesn't go down well with. I said no. This statement about the city being dirty, that Liberians, allow foreigners to make their own city clean, it should motivate the city mayor to make sure to empower the various sanitation group in Liberia, meaning that the Liberians should do their own work, because it is only Liberians who can clean Liberia. And I come on again with the issue about corruption. The special aid came here to the
special aid?
To the American president, Joe Biden.
Okay.
And she said that from the day of Joseph Jenkins Roberts to now, the government that existed, they have been placing their short-term benefit above the Liberian benefit, which is a long-term benefit. And the ambassador come to compliment it again, saying that the issue about corruption has been existing since the foundation of this country. So this statement, I don't look at it as something that is criticizing the government or what. People who support the government, we who elected the government, should take this statement as a statement that we should go about, we should redouble our efforts to do something, because, mind you, the Americans are our biggest partner. The last time I checked, there are no country in the history of Liberia that have assisted Liberian government as compared to American government. And he mentioned something that I started to calculate.
And what is that?
110 million. He took it from the Civil War up to now. 110 million have been given to the country on a yearly basis. Where are the manifestations? At times we say the people they can take from our money and give to us. There's a time that previous government officials should come out to defend what the American ambassador come up with. Because if we have been giving 110 million on a yearly basis to complement our budget in various sectors, why is it that we still going like this? Now we should speak as Liberians. We shouldn't speak as somebody from UP or somebody from CDC or somebody from a Liberty Party. The statement from the American government, I don't want for people to politicize that.
All right,
that statement is a statement to encourage us to move ahead.
All right,
these are our partners.
Thank you so much. Okay, let me speak to another gentleman out here. Just come closer, come down to me. How are you, my brother? Come down, please. Welcome to SOK-TV.
And
what is your name? Please speak louder for us to hear you.
My name is Peter Laman. I'm here from the township of West Point, one of the biggest slum communities around Monrovia.
All right, I think you've gone through the release from the U.S. Embassy, Ambassador McCarthy, when he, the founding father of our nation. What do you make of his statement?
For me, as a Liberian, that part of no political party, I feel comfortable because as a young man, Liberia is most important to me than any man. Liberia is bigger than George Weah, Liberia is bigger than Joseph Boakai, and Liberia is bigger than every one of us. Our country comes first. And living in the city, Monrovia, to see, you cannot even see one trash can. We're not even honest in our way. Somebody eat food, and you cannot see trash can to pour dirt. These are things that speak volume. As you can see, all of our buildings. The city is running, as Elo said, we don't have city mayor. There is no order. So I'm a big thanks to the ambassador. They are seeing what we can see. Because in Liberia, we turn our country to be a political party. We are not running country. So we're looking forward to see the step the city mayor will take. And then in double work, we are not against them. Because this government will leave, another government will come. If they say doing the city, we'll put more on them. And we'll call it on the city mayor to please enforce the city ordinance law and see how best he can improve his worker status so that they can work. I was standing here before. I worked with Mary Bros somewhere around 2011. We were working to the great site. Later we used to cut our contract. I from West Point. We used to work after every 2 weeks. They give us $15, but we were working for our country. We're not thinking about the money. But when you take parties and put them to place that is supposed to work for their country, and then only there, they will not work. And I want keeping their place dirty. So, the Aussie country need to double up again.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us. Okay, those of you watching us, this is SOK-TV live. We're right here on Kerry Street, and we are speaking to Liberians, and they are reacting to the statement made by the U.S. Embassy. Good afternoon, your name?
My name is Juta Monk Davis. I'm a member of CO.
Okay, member of CO. What is your own reaction to the statement made by the U.S. ambassador?
Yeah, before I give my opinion, first of all, I'd like to ask you guys did not even know that the city dirty until the American ambassador had to come and say the city dirty before you come to interview people.
Is it our first time coming to you? Is it the first time?
It's my first time seeing you guys here.
All right, okay. Okay, thank you. That's why we brought the radio to you. So you can speak so that everybody listening to us on the radio, those watching us, can also hear your view. Probably you got something more that we can't even see, so you can go about it.
I have, but that's my disappointment. Okay. The journalist is supposed to come and interview the citizen about the weather, about the city. To admit our city is filthy. It's not only dirty, it's filthy. For example, the graveyard that's supposed to be a place of solitude. It is true that the dead are unconscious of nothing. The graveyard that's supposed to be a place of solitude are not being invaded by our carbon monoxide. Every now and then the garbages have been burning within the graveyard. And people that live around that area, they are suffering from, sooner or later those who be suffering from how to call it, carbon monoxide. You understand? It causes serious embarrassment for the country. Everywhere in Monrovia you pass, you see part of dirt. You understand? These guys, they don't have the gravitas.
When you say this guy don't have the gravitas, what do you mean? Because there are people listening to you on the radio.
Yeah, I talk about the present city mayor. He don't have the gravitas. He has displaced character that are inimical to expectation. He's supposed to make sure that he go to those areas, but the brother is not. They are not focused. You understand? They are not focused. What the guys are doing, they're only there to protect the party. If anything goes around, once you are not a member of the party, they protect the party. As a result, the vast majority of the people continue to live, in a dead.
So just call it short because we have other people to speak to. What do you think needs to be done to keep Monrovia clean? And also to address the situation of corruption that's been mentioned by the U.S. Embassy.
Yeah, the only thing that can be done to clean the Monrovia clean is to vote these guys out, because these guys lack the pedigree to govern this country.
All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, let me speak to another person. How are you, sir? Welcome to SOK-TV. Your name, please.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Bagley Weah.
Okay, Mr. Weah, I want you to look into my camera. So you are here from CO. I'm sure you've read the release from the U.S. Embassy.
Sure. I read it with distinction. That brought a kind of a surprise to me. I'm disappointed.
Who are you disappointed in?
I'm disappointed in John Weah. Because if you are elected with the power of the people, is to make sure that things work in this government. Government is not friendship. Government is not friendship. If the people that you appointed and they are not doing the piece of job for the common Liberian people, remove the person or dismiss the person. Because if the U.S. government can tell us that Liberia looking like a village when you are doing a peace tour in African country, automatically it's a disgrace. It's on the front. It's on the front. We just celebrated bicentennial 200 years. Then the U.S. government is shut up. So I mean, we are not ready for business. He's not ready to leave us. He's not ready. Go and see Wallace down Maggie Street. Go and see Butcher Island, Boma Bridge. Go and see the garbage. My brother, we cannot live in flat. You cannot go to America. They all went to America. They saw the American environment. So what the U.S. government said to the ambassador, he is not in error. I baffle him. That man is more patriotic than even we, the people who run the government. He want to see something in our country. So automatically, if we are not ready to start the affair of the government and take it to be a friendship thing, I'm saying it.
So for you now, what really needs to be done to address now? If you read a message,
yes.
The Ambassador McCarthy mentioned about 175 years, yes. And then 60 years since the USAID came to Liberia. Talking about the U.S. Agency for International Development coming to Liberia to assist, yeah. And talk about the 19 years after the Civil War. They talk about 9 years after the Ebola crisis. I mean, what needs to be done at this point?
My brother, this country, what needs to be done? If we want to be sincere with one another, patriotism. If back the we are is working for this government and not consistent, we move back the we are. Because we need people to do the right thing for the government so that our people can enjoy the immunity of the government or the nation at large. So if the ambassador can say 175 years, brother, it shows to us that Liberians, we are not ready to make Liberia the other nation. See what the ambassador said, that he went to so many clinics in the rural area. He can see a parasitic man after sending all this money. So if we are not ready to order a minister and tell general, we are not ready for business. I will tell John Weah, the way they say the EU ambassador must apologize, the ambassador will not apologize to the government because the government in total error. Look at the city, dirty. Nothing in the hospital.
Right.
Go and see JFK.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We still have other people that are here. We are hearing their own reaction to the statement made by the U.S. Ambassador McCarthy on the program marking the 213th birth anniversary of the first president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Jenkins Robert. So let me go to you. How are you, my brother?
I'm cool.
Okay, speak about the year. Your name, please.
My name is Former P. Soiree.
Former Soiree. All right, go ahead. What do you make of the statement?
The statement from the U.S. Ambassador is welcoming. We all should welcome it. It's not something that we should denigrate the U.S. Ambassador for that statement, no. It's simply trying to tell us as Liberian or Liberian government should have the stem now to get up and make that work and commit that duty to the Liberian people. Because right now, Liberia, we see Liberia is like, I don't even know how to describe Liberia right now as a dirty country. For me, I would tell Liberia to be one of the most dirty countries in Africa. You see?
So you guys are describing the country to be one of the dirtiest in Africa. What do you think needs to be done at this point?
Okay. The government need to create a program. If they want to make this city clean, they need to create a program. We have many youth moving around here doing nothing. They need to create a program where will be in place, where you will be able to be working to that place, cleaning all the city. Like during Madam Sally time, the cleanup campaign used to be around. Most of the time, you used to see the city a little bit clean. So government need to carry out that program where all of you will be able to work into it. At least every weekend or every month, be getting something from that. Then it will maintain the city clean.
Another area has to do that was mentioned by the U.S. ambassador has to do with the health sector. Talk about corruption, where people take the drugs and put it into their own use, talking about their own pharmacy.
Yes, that corruption will not finish because you'll see medical doctor in the place or I call it nurses in the hospital will open their own trust store. Then at the end, when medical supply come, they will take it and carry it into that trust store to maintain their businesses. So corruption, if the government is ready for corruption, they should put stop to all nurses or doctors are working into the government hospital to now open trust and to now open clinic. Then that will secure the trust into the hospital.
All right, thank you so much. One of the things he just made mention of, if you are a government employee working in the hospital, then it's not good for you to even open a pharmacy. Let me talk to another man. What is your name, please?
Mohammed and George.
Mohammed, what is your own reaction to the statement made by the U.S. ambassador?
The statement was enemy. It was very bad for our country because Liberia, our past leaders, built a city for 40,000 human beings. And the city is overcrowded. And when they were paying the horses, they built the separate tent on the main street. They never built a separate tent behind the horse. They built a separate tent on the main street. So when they walk in, all the separate tent clock is spoiled. So you find feces going all around. And two, for me, I'm not looking at Liberia as dirty. I'm looking at we the citizens, we are dirty because we don't follow instruction. We drink water, we put it dead on the street. That's what we're always doing as a Liberian. Don't love our country. When our government put law down, we go against the law. We begin to bring brutality. Then we start insulting government, say government not working. When our government bring law, we go against government.
But somebody say the fish can start to get rotten from the head. So when you say Liberians are dirty, we have authority in place that are meant to enforce the law that we have on the book. So do you think the Liberians also go on like the ordinary citizens themselves?
Yeah, we got so many laws for this city. If we implement one, citizens will go against the government because you pass your door on the street that day. You say the ordinary law will charge you $50 and arrest you. Even plastic. But just when Liberian men put plastic as security hold that man, you see other people passing. That only the man you see, and they start bullying at the security. So we need to change our mindset. When we change our mindset, then Liberia will go ifon. Liberians are not changing their mind. They follow politicians to carry our country backward. What Liberians doing?
All right, thank you so much, my brother. You say your name again?
Mohammed and George.
Okay, Mr. George. Let me speak to another gentleman. How are you, sir? Welcome to Spoon TV. I think this is the second time interviewing you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's a pleasure today to be with Spoon again. Your question you asked that the American embassy stated that Liberia is dirty. May I stand to be corrected? I think it's a cliche. It's laughable. And it's from the belly of evil. Because they are not a rightful person to come out to say we are dirty.
So who is close of the authority to talk about how filthy the city is? Who is close of the authority?
The breath historic city of the city. Who will get our colonization from? When they realize that this country is dirty, what their contribution towards Liberia upliftment when it comes to the essence of emancipation, of the legitimate authority, of the structure, of the structuralization of our country.
I think you're also going back to the same statement. Let's look into the camera. To the same statement made by the U.S. ambassador. In this, after 175 years, we are still looking forward to foreign, institution to carry our own responsibility that we Liberians are supposed to carry.
Yeah, because they are the one responsible. They subjected us to hunger and they gave us food. We clap for them and we glorify them. America. They make us sick and they provide medicine for us. They bring diseases in the name of coronavirus and they set budget for us to contribute towards our citizens in this country. And they are the highest paid citizens in the Republic of Liberia than the Liberian citizen. Then you come here to say Liberia dirty? They understand the foundations of this country, where we came from, who gave us authority to be a sovereign nation. America. What a role. They brought 14 years of war here and subjected our people to be a beggars and gave ammunition to people because of political selfish aim. They come here to say we are dirty. Where are they coming from? So, if you try to scrutinize the essence of the statement towards this country, if you are the father and you fail to contribute towards your responsibility to your child, then you are not a father of that child. Then you are also a father. The child don't have right. That's the reason why my advocate says always, I don't like them. They are evil. They are the problem for us in this country.
Even though you were talking about they being evil, but there are some of the reality that have been highlighted. So you're talking about we shouldn't put we shouldn't blame we shouldn't blame Liberia for what we're going through. We should blame the American. At this point, what should we do after 200 years of existence as Liberian? What do you think is the best way for us?
The British colony, the British country, the British gave colonization too. Look at their contribution towards life. Just look at our cities. Look at Africa. Look at Guinea.
So are you suggesting? I'm coming to you, please. Are you suggesting that African cannot, carry their own affairs because now you're trying to see that the British country, the French country, they want to develop those.
Contributing towards the country that they get legitimacy or authority to. These are some of our arguments. The French colony or the French countries that French colonized them, the French are contributing towards them. The French are giving aid to them on a daily basis. They are not coming out to say that country dirty, but America, who is the progenitor of war and backwardness of the state.
So which country is Liberia?
When they realize we are dirty.
So which country is Liberia number one partner in development?
What?
Which country is Liberia number one partner when it comes to development?
Which country is Liberia number one partner? You know our partner, Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam our problem here. Uncle Sam is our problem here. For me, I don't like them. When they bring war, under the war, they take our resources. And they go and pack the reserve. In the war, they make us to look at a fair state, a filthy state. If the water going to come here, then now Liberia is developed. You saw when we got our colonization, when men were here, when people that took over this country, when Toba took over this country, you saw Liberia. Liberia was not looking at this. If those guys, on the basis of their own political selfish aim, politically, was not going to turn the paradigm around, to bring their own selfish political interest, to damage our country, damage our town, damage our education, subject us to beggars. By now, Liberia is seriously developed. So for you to come here and contribute to war here, and in the process of the war, we damage most of our structure. In the period of the war, our system was broken down. In the period of the war, there was no electricity. Today, electricity has been contributed by few people that love this country.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us quickly.
That's a statement. Uncle Sam's statement. I will tell them to redirect that statement.
All right, thank you.
For me, I'm not happy to even go to America. I'm not even waiting to go there.
That's the reason why
I'm prosperous Vanity family.
Thank you.
Human rights activist, Republic like Biwa, son of Grandkid McCarthy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prosper.
It will be a pleasure one day to get on the SOK-TV lively.
And you're already live. People are looking at you.
Besides the liveness, I want to get on the TV.
All right, so we'll come to
contribute towards the discourse of this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chairman, Mr. Chairman, that's speaking. Well, we just speak to two more persons and we can wrap it up here because we don't have much time, and we'll bring the radio to your home, and that's exactly what we are doing here today. So if you're listening to us, 107.5, you're watching us on Spoon TV as well. Thank you. What is your name, sir?
Yes, my name is Eugene Bacon.
Eugene Bacon. You've read, the statement from the U.S. Embassy. What is your own take on that particular statement?
Well, I'm first so frustrated in the American ambassador's statement. One of my frustrations is that I can say, after 15 years of conversations, they came in and realized that yes, the people from our home, we brought them up, we educated them, we sent them back to their rural homes. So we need more efforts from the Americans. We need more strength from them. So God knows the particular country. But by her saying that this nation is dirty, I don't know which position, which standpoint, what you better standing to say such a thing. What was our survey? Today, there are the same people today that may ought to destroy all the buildings, all the streets, all the federal clinics. They may ought to destroy the things. Today, there are 2 matters our left. Today, we are frustrated. Then ambassador say now your own quiet office with air conditioner blowing her, not clean the facility of the American embassy, telling us that our nation is dirty. It's so sound frustrating. But what should we say? Look at the Ivorians. Look at the Soliwa we just went to. A chef came from 15 house with Kenema. See the people, see the brothers, they make sure they have programs for those students. They take their own money and gave them for street cleaning. Yeah, and one thing you say again is that, she said it, yes, I agree. But we should also know that we bring our own Liberians also. Because that statement is not going to directly to the ground itself. That statement reflects to Liberians. That Liberians are dirty. Intentionally insulting us. Because, number one, if you say Liberia dirty, that is citizen dirty.
So what needs to be done? Let's look at the solution. We've already identified the problem. What's the solution? What's the way forward for Liberia?
Look, the only thing I can say to the American or the American ambassador is that she herself on a particular ground, you see everything, we need more forms or programs for street cleaning or for street cleaners.
Yeah, but that's just one of the things that she may mention, the dependency syndrome. Like, after all this year, we still blaming our foreign partners for our own responsibility, to shoulder our own responsibility. We still want to go back to them.
Yeah, but that came from the onset. From the onset, I brought depending on foreign partner. We got no strength, we got no way out. We are independent here, but we are not yet staying on our own or to be like somebody who is very strong. So they keep behind us now as a father to support us, at least everywhere we're going, they help us. We got no voice. We got no strength, no way out, no way in. They will traumatize us and teach us up. That's the responsibility of American. So, and also, and number one, Sarah will say, that's not the first time the American ambassador since the ambassador since such a thing to Liberia. It's not the first time.
So, what do we learn from that if this is not the first time?
We need to learn to cut off from paying attention to the Americans, so that we are second take some initial responsibility that we can make sure and do things on our own. We all depend on America.
All right, thank you for talking to me. See your name again?
I'm Eugene Bagon.
Okay, Mr. Bagon, thank you so much for speaking to me. So let me speak to the last person here. We have to wrap it up. Okay, the last two. Just come quickly. But let me talk to him, then we'll come back to you. What is your name, please?
I'm Cedric Kai.
Okay, Cedric, a lot of people making, their own analysis about the statement made by the U.S. Embassy. What's your own thought on this?
Well, the statement that was made by the U.S. ambassador, I feel somehow, reluctant, because such a statement trying to simply tell the Liberians that we are all dirty. Because one fact, we know that Liberian problem started from way back. Liberian problem is not today, but from way back. But you see the problem in this country, Liberian does not want to live by law. Everybody just want to do their own thing. I listened to one of the brothers who you interviewed and said that when a brother having to drink or cool water and drop the plastic down, and once the security camera arrest that identical person, a Liberian brother will come and try to pull on resistance. And that's part, at the end of the day, riot will occur, and everybody will try to, blame one another. But that's the security, measures, should be taken. The brother should know that definitely Liberia belongs to every one of us. Liberia does not have nowhere that we can look at and say we should drop dead. Either grabbing, drop the dead down in the car, take the dead and place in the car. The driver of that vehicle will be able to go and place it where that dead is supposed to be, buried or be placed there. But for Liberians today, they don't want to listen to any other thing, just want to live in the country without no law.
So how do we change that mentality so that Liberians will be law-abiding citizens?
Well, to my own belief is that the law should be implemented, that every Liberian should abide by the law. If you are not going to abide by the law, definitely you should be punished and you should be fined to do one or two things at the end of the day. Other people will follow it.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us. Well, quickly, this is how we're going to be wrapping up. Okay, just 1 minute. Your name, my brother?
I'm Fode Mohammed Kakwe, political CDC.
Political Yen. Yeah, no, he's our regular listener and also one of the regular contributors when it comes to the Spoon, FM and Spoon TV. So what is your own thought about the statement made by the U.S. Embassy?
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. I think even this morning I phoned in on the Spoon FM show, and exactly what I say, I'm going to repeat it. Let me tell you for free, Emmanuel. The U.S. is somehow confusing the world. Confusing the world in a sense that tomorrow or yesterday you will see somebody from America coming to denigrate the entire workings of Liberia.
But don't you think sometimes they feel disappointed themselves about the country that they once served as their number one ally in Africa being governed like this? Don't you think it's also a part of their own frustration?
You can get frustrated, but your frustration should come with reality. It's not mere perception. Like Congressman Gwagre Meek, when Congressman Gwagre Meek, you are aware he was one of the lead campaigners in soliciting signature to sanction government official, which as a supporter of this government, I 100% support. Because for the fact that the country, I love the country more than the political party or the government. So if one is carrying on corruption in our country and looking at that corruption rate and somebody coming to take decision to prosecute or sanction that individual who is corrupt, who wants to corrupt or is corrupting our country, I support that 100%. But not in a case where you know the reality, then you bypass the reality, you will sit there and then allow people to give you false information. And you come down and you brave certain info His Excellency, telling him and the world that in fact we've been misled. The information we've been getting is not the information, it's not what's going on in the country.
Did you hear that from the Lord Maker?
Gwagre Meek, right before the president, he said it. It was live on Spoon FM, you can attest to that. You can attest to that, Emmanuel.
I'm just hearing it because I didn't hear Gwagre Meek talking about that.
We discussed it on the Spoon Show. We discussed it on the Spoon Show and we discussed it on the Spoon TV with your CEO. It was clear. That took almost 2 days discussion on national platform. So it is not here the issue. So today, if we see the American embassy coming to tell us Liberia is there, Liberia is there, Liberia is that, it is not a surprise. We expect more from them because let me tell you one good thing I like about my president. The more you criticize him, the more he get the impression to work to do the people's job.
But so this is where, before I go, this is where some people say the statement made by the U.S. Embassy is not only referring to the CDC government. He goes back as far as saying 60 years, and we had you say there. He's talking about 19 years after our civil crisis. He talked about 7 years after, 9 years after the eradication of Ebola. Why some people within the CDC are taking this to be like a CDC affair?
Why didn't the U.S. Embassy come out during the time of Malanseli to make all these statements? Why unit Joshua regime? Why didn't the American Embassy or the U.S. come out with sanctions against government officials during the days of Malanseli? Unit Joshua government. Wherein the American Embassy informed that the current senator of Nima County, Prince Johnson, were involved into war. They were not informed. They never knew. They knew all of those things. But they supported him. They were with him. They never one day came out to tell us that Prince Johnson will be sanctioned. Only 100% we are sanctioned bill coming. So you want to tell me all the allegations are 100% we are to take place? So we are telling you our men up the hill. Our men and the party who served the country for 12 years and they cannot tell us any good thing. They up the hill today, they are interpreting the statement of McCarthy that it is Joshua regime that is keeping the country dirty. Well, of course, when you even go to the Union Party headquarters, right before the affair, you will see sufficient time parking. So if the Union Party official tell us, gentlemen, let's clean the place.
All right, so political here, we got to go. What's the way forward?
The way forward here is Liberian, let us work together and forget about it too much politics and everything. Because every little thing happening, we want to politicize it. We want to shift the blame on a specific group. And we Liberians, we are the problem for ourselves. If we can work concomitantly, we can work together with unity and make our country the way we envisage it, Liberia will be. But he has more we put into everything politics I can take for free, Emmanuel. Liberia will remain at this stage.
All right, thank you so much. Well, folks, you just heard political here. We're wrapping up right here. You've heard the reaction of Liberian citizens on the street. It was wonderful coming out here to speak to these people so that they can give their own perspective of the statement made by the U.S. ambassador. My name is Simano Wakotu, and tomorrow I'll be somewhere again sampling the views of our Liberians on national issues. And many thanks to our directors, Joseph Soko Jr., and of course, stay behind there as well. We have the Rufus Divine Kane and Ishmael Smith that make this broadcast possible. My name is Simano Wakotu. Thanks for watching.